Hi, my name is Rosalie Desmond and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Australia. Today I have a really cute project to show you. Now, as you guys know, I'm from Australia and in Australia we have kangaroos. So I came up with this cute little kangaroo with some Christmas presents and a little Santa hat. Nice, quick and simple. Well, sort of. If we take out the colouring and the fussy cutting, it's a very quick card. But for me, I stamped out a whole heap of images one day and I was taking my son to play soccer, and while he was playing soccer I sat in the car and I coloured in tons and tons of images, and then when I came home I started playing with some of the images and came up with this little guy. So the kangaroo is from the Animal Outing set, which is in the 2018 to 2019 annual catalogue. And as you can see, the little kangaroo has a little koala in its pouch. Here's one I stamped, coloured and die cut, because we've got some dies called Animal Friend Thinlits that go with that set. In my original one, I'd forgotten about the dies, so I fussy cut it. So if you have the dies, use them. So much quicker. So that's where the base of the kangaroo came from. And the presents came from the So Santa stamp set, which is in the 2018 holiday catalogue, which goes live in a few days on the 5th of September. So the presents, if you can see, these little presents here with the little teddy, I've cut out from the Santa on the scooter. So all I've done is stamped this out on some Whisper White, coloured it in with some Stampin' Right markers and cut it out. And I've also got the hat for the kangaroo from this set as well. Now I'm not going to bore you guys by stamping out those images and colouring them in. I've already done it. So there's our presents and our little hat. And all I need to do is grab some mini Stampin' Dimensionals and just pop it on. And there we have our kangaroo. Okay, so what I have is half an A4 sheet of paper, and I've just simply cut it in half at 10.5 centimeters. And I'm just going to fold it in half. Now the DSP that I've used for this card is actually a non-Christmas paper pack. I've actually used the Tropical Escape 6x6 designer series paper. So on the other side of the piece I'm going to use, I've got a lot of greens and whites. We have a lot of tropical themes in this. I'll just show you a few of them. So we've got leaves, more leaves, lots of tropical themes. Now many of these pieces I could have used, or any of these pieces I guess I could have used. Nothing wrong with having leaves and things on. This would have been another nice one. But don't be afraid of mixing it up and using things that aren't quite so traditional. But I'm quite happy with this piece. You can use whatever designer series paper that you like, or you can even create your own background. One of the good things is there's no rules in crafting. Now I've cut my piece of designer series paper at 13.8 inches by 9.5 inches. Now if you want a bigger border, you just cut a smaller piece. It's however you like it. Now for the squares for this project, I've actually used my square thinlits. Now this one is cut with the biggest square, and my Whisper White is cut with the third biggest square. It's up to you how much dimension you have. I like to pop up the white just to give it a little bit of added height. And if you don't get it straight the first time, just gently pull it up. And straighten it. Now I use the blends to colour in my kangaroo, and they bleed through a little bit, which really doesn't matter because I'm sticking it down onto another piece of paper anyway. We're already most of the way there. Now for my sentiment, I've used a strip of Whisper White, which is 1.5 centimetres by 9.5 centimetres, and my real red strip is 2.5 centimetres by 9.5 centimetres. The sentiment that I've grabbed is from the Sew Santa stamp set. You can pop whatever you like. You might have other stamp sets that say Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever it is that you want it to say. Obviously, if your sentiment is a bit wider, you cut your white strip and your red strip wider to suit what you're going to use. Now I liked the ho 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 who needs snow, just a bit of a play because in Australia at Christmas it's winter. In Australia at Christmas it's summer. I've got my sentiment, I'm just popping that on a clear block. Make sure you get your sentiment up the right way, although it doesn't really matter because if I get it the wrong way I can just simply turn my piece of Whisper White over. Straight up, straight down, and it's done. And that's the only bit of stamping I'm doing in this one, unless I decide to pop something in the center. It's only got that little tiny bit of stamping as well as the stamping out of the kangaroo and the Scooter Santa. I'm just popping this up on dimensionals. And when you're using the dimensionals, some people are really good at placing it first time. I'm not, and I know it, so I don't push hard until I'm happy with how I've lined it up. It's a matter of knowing what your strengths and your weaknesses are and then finding a way around it. And that's done. So now I've got 2 cards ready to go out. I thought these would make really great cards for sending overseas. So if you've got any overseas family members, or if you just like kangaroos or something a bit quirky, this project might be for you. And I'm done for today, so thank you very much for joining me. I hope you subscribe to my channel, and I look forward to talking to you next time. Thanks very much.